While the Institute of Animal Science wants an immediate ban placed on the export of maize and soybeans from the country. It believes this will help curb rising prices of the two commodities which have resulted in the high cost of feeds for which they serve as primary production ingredients. It also wants the country's gazetted reserves turned into ranches to resolve the farmer-herders clashes. Our correspondent Lara Falaya reports.
The increase in the price of maize and soybeans has led to rising cost of feeds by about 75%. This has particularly affected poultry farms in the country, leading to about 10 million jobs being threatened. The Animal Science Institute blames the trend largely on export of the commodities outside the country's shores and wants the practice banned.
Our soya bean we produce in the countries of high grades. And because there is current shortage of soybean even in countries like Brazil and many other countries, the little one we are producing here is being exported.
They admit that land and water use, obstruction of traditional migration routes, as well as livestock theft and crop damage trigger these conflicts, but believe the causes run deeper to include drought, desertification, degraded pastures, as well as drying up natural water, forcing herders to migrate south in search of grassland and water. They now suggest that all the gazetted grazing reserves be transformed into ranches.
We have about 140 of such gazetted grazing reserves in the country, out of a total of about 405 grazing reserves in the country. And indeed, in 2017, we had a dialogue workshop with the FAO. NEAS was involved. And the recommendation was that these grazing reserves should be transformed into ranches.
The Institute also recommends that government works with chambers of commerce for private sector involvement in operating ranches and commercial pasture projects. The Animal Science Institute says it will support government with the expertise needed for ranch construction and high-yielding pasture for cattle production as part of its efforts as supporting measures towards resolving the crisis associated with open grazing in the country. Lara Falaya, TVC News, Abuja.